Understanding the 4 types of polycystic ovary syndrome, PCOS. You finally get a diagnosis, PCOS. Your doctor prescribes birth control, maybe metformin, and sends you on your way. But here's what no one tells you. PCOS isn't one condition. There are actually 4 distinct types of PCOS, each with different root causes and very different treatments. Which means if you're treating the wrong type, you can do everything you're told and still feel stuck. Irregular periods, weight gain, acne, hair loss, infertility fears. And here's the most empowering part. Some types of PCOS aren't even primarily hormonal. In this video, I'm breaking down the 4 types of PCOS your doctor never mentioned, how to identify which one you have, and what actually helps each type, so you can stop guessing and start healing. What is PCOS? PCOS, Polycystic Ovary Syndrome, affects 1 in 10 women. Yet it's still one of the most misunderstood conditions in women's health. Despite the name, PCOS isn't just about ovaries or cysts. It's a metabolic, hormonal, and inflammatory condition that looks different from woman to woman. The common thread is androgen excess, higher than normal male hormones like testosterone or DHEA. But the reason those hormones are elevated is not the same for everyone. That's why PCOS is not one size fits all. And why birth control alone often masks symptoms instead of fixing the root cause. When you understand why your body is producing excess androgens, everything changes. From how you eat, to how you exercise, to how you support your hormones naturally. Let's walk through the 4 types. Type 1, insulin-resistant PCOS. This is the most common type. About 70% of PCOS cases. Here's what's happening. Your body becomes resistant to insulin, the hormone that regulates blood sugar. To compensate, your pancreas releases more insulin. High insulin directly stimulates the ovaries to produce more testosterone. This is why insulin-resistant PCOS is both a metabolic and hormonal condition. Common symptoms include weight gain or inability to lose weight, strong sugar or carb cravings, dark skin patches, acanthosis nigricans, acne and excess facial or body hair, irregular or absent periods. Treatment focus is not calorie restriction. It's improving insulin sensitivity. That means stabilizing blood sugar, prioritizing protein, building muscle, improving sleep, and reducing ultra-refined carbs. When insulin levels come down, testosterone often follows, and cycles begin to normalize. Type 2, post-pill PCOS. This type is often missed and frequently overdiagnosed as permanent PCOS. Post-pill PCOS can occur after stopping hormonal birth control. Birth control suppresses ovulation and androgen production. When it's removed, the body can temporarily rebound with elevated androgens. Symptoms may include acne that appears after stopping the pill, irregular cycles, hair shedding, delayed return of ovulation. The key word here is temporary. For most women, post-pill PCOS resolves within 6 to 12 months. Treatment focuses on supporting liver detoxification, replenishing nutrients depleted by birth control, gentle cycle support, not aggressive hormone suppression. This is not lifelong PCOS. It's a transition phase that needs support, not fear. Type 3, inflammatory PCOS. In this type, chronic inflammation is the driver. Inflammation stimulates the ovaries and adrenal glands to produce more androgens. This inflammation can come from gut dysfunction, food sensitivities, autoimmune activity, chronic infections, environmental toxins. Symptoms often include fatigue and low energy, joint or muscle pain, headaches or migraines, skin issues like eczema or acne, irregular cycles without obvious insulin resistance. Blood sugar may look normal, which is why this type gets overlooked. Treatment is about calming the inflammatory response. That means addressing gut health, reducing inflammatory foods, supporting the immune system, and improving nutrient status. When inflammation drops, androgen production often decreases naturally, without forcing hormones. Type 4. Adrenal PCOS. This is the least common type, about 10% of PCOS cases, but it's incredibly important. In adrenal PCOS, the ovaries aren't the main issue. The adrenal glands are producing excess androgens, specifically DHEAS, not testosterone. This type is driven by chronic stress. Symptoms often include anxiety or panic, insomnia, stress, intolerance, hair loss, irregular cycles with normal weight and glucose. Irregular cycles, despite normal weight and glucose, these women are often told, "Your labs look fine," except for elevated DHEAS. Treatment is not harder workouts or stricter diets. It's nervous system regulation. Reducing stress, improving sleep, adjusting exercise intensity, and using adaptogens appropriately can dramatically improve symptoms. How to identify your type. Identifying your PCOS type requires targeted labs, not guesswork. Helpful tests include fasting insulin and glucose, hemoglobin A1C, total and free testosterone, DHEAS, CRP or other inflammation markers, LH and FSH, thyroid and cortisol markers. Patterns matter more than single numbers. For example, high insulin plus high testosterone, insulin-resistant PCOS, high DHEAS plus normal testosterone, adrenal PCOS. This is why many women feel dismissed. The right labs were never run. Understanding your type is the difference between symptom management and real progress. Why type matters for treatment. Here's the problem with one-size-fits-all treatment. Birth control doesn't address the root cause. It suppresses symptoms by shutting down ovulation, but doesn't fix insulin resistance, inflammation, or stress dysfunction. That's why symptoms often return after stopping it. Different root causes require different strategies. What helps insulin-resistant PCOS can worsen adrenal PCOS. What helps inflammatory PCOS won't fix post-pill PCOS. When treatment matches the type, the body often responds quickly, cycles regulate, symptoms ease, and fertility improves. PCOS isn't a failure of your body. It's a signal that something upstream needs attention. Natural strategies by type. Let's simplify this. Insulin-resistant PCOS, blood sugar stability, strength training, adequate protein, sleep optimization, post-pill, PCOS, liver support, nutrient repletion, patience and gentle cycle support, inflammatory PCOS, anti-inflammatory nutrition, gut healing, addressing root triggers, adrenal PCOS, stress reduction, gentle movement, nervous system regulation, adaptogens when appropriate. Notice what's missing: punishment, starvation, over-exercising. PCOS responds best to support, not force. When you work with your physiology instead of against it, the body often surprises you with how resilient it is. If this video gave you clarity, you're already one step ahead. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe and like this video so you don't miss what's coming next. This channel is about helping you understand your hormones, not fear them. Share this with a woman who's been told PCOS is a life sentence, because it's not. Medical disclaimer. This content is for educational purposes only and is not medical advice. Always work with a qualified healthcare provider for diagnosis and treatment. PCOS is complex, but it is treatable. And when you understand your type, you can finally move forward with confidence. Thank you for watching.